Life can be challenging, especially when we face people who wrong us. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and seek revenge, but there's a more peaceful and fulfilling path. Life can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when you face challenges and people who seem to be against you. It's natural to wish for justice and hope for a way to find peace amidst the turmoil. Here's a heartfelt reminder: God is already working on your behalf, handling those who mean you harm. Here are 5 ways to understand and find comfort in this divine truth. Imagine the comfort in knowing that God sees every single moment of your life. Nothing escapes His divine sight. When someone wrongs you, it's natural to feel hurt and even invisible, as if your pain is unnoticed. But take heart in the truth that God is always watching over you. He sees every tear, hears every silent cry, and understands every struggle. This means that when someone mistreats you or acts unjustly, God is fully aware. You don't have to worry about keeping track of every wrong done to you, because God has already seen it all. His awareness of your situation is the first step in His process of bringing justice and healing to your life. Knowing that God sees everything also means that your suffering has a purpose. It's easy to feel like life is unfair and that bad people get away with hurting others. God's omniscient nature assures us that nothing is overlooked. Your pain is not in vain. God uses every experience to shape you, strengthen you, and bring about His perfect plan. His constant watch over you means that He is already preparing the way for your healing and victory. So take comfort in the fact that you are never alone, and that every hurt you experience is known and cared for by a loving God who sees everything and is working tirelessly on your behalf. The concept of karma is a beautiful reminder that our actions have consequences. When someone wrongs you, it can feel unfair and hurtful. Trust in the principle that what goes around comes around. This means that those who hurt you will eventually face the consequences of their actions. Think of it as a natural law of the universe, guided by God's justice. Just as planting good seeds brings a bountiful harvest, planting bad seeds will lead to a harvest of challenges and hardships. You don't need to take matters into your own hands, because the universe, under God's guidance, ensures that everyone gets what they deserve. Believing in karma allows you to focus on your own journey rather than being consumed by thoughts of revenge or anger. When you trust that God's justice will prevail, you can let go of negative emotions and concentrate on your growth and happiness. This trust gives you peace and frees you from the heavy burden of holding onto grudges. Instead, you can live a life filled with positivity and purpose, knowing that the universe will balance the scales in its own time. Your energy is better spent on creating a beautiful and fulfilling life for yourself, leaving the task of justice to the divine forces at work. When someone wrongs you, it's natural to feel a desire for revenge. You may think that getting even will bring you peace, but in reality, it often leads to more pain and negativity. By trusting that God is already handling your enemies, you can let go of this burden. God's justice is far greater and more effective than anything we can achieve on our own. Letting go and letting God take control means you are freeing yourself from the heavy weight of anger and bitterness. This act of surrender is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful step towards finding true inner peace. Choosing inner peace over revenge transforms your life. When you release the need for retribution, you open your heart to healing and positivity. This shift allows you to focus on your own growth and happiness instead of being consumed by negative emotions. It's like letting go of a heavy load that has been holding you back, enabling you to move forward with lightness and grace. Trusting in God's justice means believing that everything will work out in the end, and this faith brings a profound sense of calm and contentment. By prioritizing inner peace, you not only improve your own well-being, but also set an example of strength and resilience for others to follow. God's timing is always perfect. Sometimes it may feel like justice is taking too long, and you may wonder if God is really at work. Trust that God's plans are unfolding in the best way possible, even if you can't see it right now. His perspective is far greater than ours, and He knows exactly when and how to act for the greatest good. While you may desire swift justice, God's timing ensures that everything happens at the right moment, providing the most profound lessons and growth for everyone involved. While waiting for God's timing, focus on your own journey and growth. This period of waiting can be an opportunity for you to build patience, faith, and resilience. It's a time to strengthen your relationship with God and deepen your trust in His plans. Reflect on past experiences where God's timing turned out to be perfect, even if you couldn't see it initially. By trusting in His divine schedule, you can find peace and assurance that everything will work out for the best. Remember, God is never late. His timing is always right on time, and it will bring about the justice and healing you need in the most beautiful and complete way. Forgiveness can be one of the hardest things to do, especially when someone has deeply hurt you. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs done to you or pretending they did not happen. It's about releasing the hold those wrongs have on your heart. When you forgive, you are choosing to let go of the anger, bitterness, and resentment that weigh you down. This act of letting go is incredibly freeing. It allows you to move forward without carrying the heavy burden of past hurt. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-love and liberation, making space for peace and joy to enter your life. Forgiving others is also an act of faith. It's trusting that God will handle the justice and that you don't need to carry that responsibility. When you forgive, you are acknowledging that God's plan is greater than any hurt you've experienced. This trust allows you to focus on your own healing and growth. By letting go of negative emotions, you open your heart to love, positivity, and new possibilities. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it transforms your future. It enables you to live with a peaceful mind, knowing that God is in control and that true justice will be served in His perfect timing. In moments of hurt and betrayal, it's easy to feel alone and powerless. Yet, faith reminds us that we are never alone. God is our protector, our avenger, and our guide. By trusting in His justice, we find the strength to rise above our challenges and live with hope and peace. God is already punishing your enemies in His own divine way. Focus on your journey, your healing, and let God handle the rest. Embrace this truth and find the courage to move forward with a heart full of faith and love. Trusting that God is handling your enemies can bring you immense peace. God sees everything. Karma ensures justice. Inner peace triumphs over revenge. God's timing is perfect, and forgiveness sets you free. Embrace this truth and focus on your own growth and happiness. Let go of the burdens of anger and resentment and live with a heart full of faith and love. God's justice is at work, and your role is to live your best life, knowing that everything will be set right in His perfect way. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.